Today, we wanted to talk about the Cloud Native Glossary, trusted, simple, community-driven. So I'm Catherine Paganini. I'm the head of marketing and community at Buoyant, the creator of Linkerd. And I'm also one of the maintainers of the glossary and the co-chair of the tag contributor strategy. So first question is like, why do we need a community-driven glossary, right? Aren't there enough cloud native definitions out there? Kind of yes, but there are some issues with the status quo. So let's see why. First, when you Google a cloud native term, you're most likely going to get a vendor-provided definition. And while vendors did a great job at helping us understand these complex concepts, it's less from ideal. Definition might be biased towards their product or represent their opinionated view. It may be a marketing tactic like SEO optimization. And I should know I work in marketing. I've applied these tactics myself. And then these definitions aren't necessarily kept up to date. Priorities might change, and then it shifts. And then once a definition is out of sight, it's out of mind and never updated. And that is a problem because, as we all know, technology changes really fast. And then the audience has changed as well. We see more and more people involved in cloud native decisions. For instance, whether a company should migrate to a microservices architecture is not a decision that happens isolated in the engineering department. These projects cost millions of dollars, and you need buy-in from leadership and the boardroom. But if you look out there, most of the cloud native content is written for technical people. That makes it really, really hard to understand for people with no computer science degree. So how can the C-suite make these decisions without content that doesn't require a technical background? They need to understand what these technologies are and what they do and why they matter. And lastly, most cloud native content is in English, but not everyone in our community is a native speaker. And understanding these concepts is hard enough, let alone in a foreign language. That's why we need good cloud native content in multiple languages. So that's the why. Let's now talk about the glossary and how we're trying to address these challenges. The Cloud Native Glossary provides definitions from a trusted source that is vendor neutral and community driven. And this will basically ensure that the definitions are objective and always up to date. We try to use simple language and free from buzzwords with examples from daily life whenever possible, because we want to make it accessible for a technical and a non-technical audience alike. And even technical people will appreciate the easy, accessible language. After all, these are highly technical, highly complex concepts and technologies. And then, of course, we have more non-native speakers in our community than the native speakers. And to make Cloud Native even more accessible, we are localizing it into as many languages as possible. Currently, we have 8 languages live, including English. 2 more are in the making, and hopefully many more in the future. So if anyone out there is interested in localizing the glossary, please reach out. We have a lot more languages out there. And what is really exciting is that we're seeing teams all around the world working on this effort. And a little bit to our approach, we try to focus on the minimal viable definition, at least from a technical point of view, right? We don't want to save on examples or words, right? But if a technical detail is not needed to understand the concept, we'll skip it. Let's not try to overcomplicate things. And the goal is really to provide this high-level overview, just enough to get a sense of it, because once the reader got that, then they can go on and dig deeper. And yeah, the project is fairly new, less than a year, or will be a year at KubeCon. So we have a lot of work ahead. But our goal is really to become the most trusted, objective, and up-to-date Cloud Native definitions. We want to be the go-to resource for people new to Cloud Native as well as Cloud Native pros. And to achieve that, we need your help. First thing you can do is use it. Use it to learn about Cloud Native terms. Use it to link back to definitions whenever you write about Cloud Native. Use it to educate your customers or colleagues. And as you use it, and when you see something that's outdated, needs improvement, or is missing, please submit a PR or raise an issue. That is how the glossary will improve over time. That's basically it, very short, but just a quick note. We are looking for technical reviewers. So if you have deep Cloud Native knowledge and are really good and passionate about explaining these terms, join us. You can find more info in our contributor letter. That's it. please use the glossary, tell others about it, and thanks for your time.
Awesome. Thank you, Catherine. It's super helpful. The glossary is super helpful. I know I use it. I know lots of people check in and use it. Please, communicate it to people at your companies, use it yourself, maybe send it to some of your leaders at your organization. It is very valuable.
Thank you.
I don't think there's.
And Catherine will hang out if people do have questions. I assume Catherine can hang out and type things in the chat if people do have questions about or how to get involved.
Well, and there is one question from Tom that says, can you say something about usage and user growth of the glossary platform?
Well, we are relatively new, so I mean, we see people using it. So in Google Analytics, and it's been it's growing, but we are seeing a lot of people contributing on the localization effort. But I think one of the things that we're missing is a little bit the awareness part, right? It's like we've realized like on the CNCF website, it's like you on their huge navigation bar, you can't find it, but it's not like there's so much content there that I feel like not a lot of people find it there. So I think right now, because we've been building, we are now in a phase where we say we have a good foundation. And now, like, at least my focus is really, okay, get the word out. That's why I'm here talking about it. I'm going to be talking at KubeCon about it. We need people to know it. And like people who know, like who've used it generally say it's really useful, right? But I think like right now, what we want to do is like really grow the awareness so more people can find it.
Awesome. Thank you.